Okay. I know. Some of you might have trouble learning how to manage your files on the Potomac server or uploading your files to the Potomac server and then submitting your URL to me. I'm here to make it a lot easier for you to show you how easy it is to log on to the Potomac server and start uploading your files, and you'll see just what that entails. So first you want to launch Dreamweaver if you haven't done so already. And then you want to start, because this is a new site, we're going to go to Site New. Now, had this been an existing site, you would go here, okay? But it's a new site. And here would show you all the different files, all right, and so forth. So I'm going to click New Site, all right? And under New Site, I'm going to decide what I want to name my folder. In this case, I'm going to name it Batman. And then I'm going to put it on my desktop. So I'm going to go here and see, I choose my desktop and I click Choose. Great. So you have total control of where you want to place your files that you're going to be start to create. All right. And so I'm putting them on my desktop to make it easier for myself. Then, very important, you click on Server. This is where you feed the information that we've given you. Okay. Any organization you work for is going to require you to have a set of server information, a username, and a password. So here's where you're going to log in all that information. So I go click on the plus sign, and then I decide what I want to call my server, and I can call it CSI 128 underscore fall 2012. Now, very important, when you're using spaces, when you're putting files on the server, you want to use underscore instead of a space. You try to get in their habit because spaces will often show up as percent signs, and when you're typing URLs, that can be an issue. All right? So we want to get that clear right from the beginning. Try to use underscores and lowercase text. Okay? Now, you have to determine where on the server, okay, you want to put your files. In this case, we've given you guys access to the Potomac server, BCTS Potomac server. So I'm going to type in BCTS hyphen Potomac, Potomac. Let's get this right, because if you don't put it right, you won't have access to the server if you don't type the correct letters, name. All right, aacc.edu. Then I've emailed each and every one of you a username and password, and it starts off with bcts-web backslash, because it leans backwards. That's how you know it's a backslash. All right, and then you type in the username. In my case, it's CSI. Most of you, it will be CSI Class 2. I've got to get that right. Spelling, Class 2. All right. So 203 for me, okay? Because I'm using 203. Then I'm going to type in the password, which includes a hyphen. It's CSI class 2 hyphen. All of you have the same first part, which is CSI class 2, and then hyphen. But the last four numbers will often change. So in my case, I'm going to use my last four numbers. And then I'm going to test it to see if it's right. Okay, so I've got something wrong. We'll get an error message if you have the wrong password. So I'm going to go back and see what the right password is. So the last four numbers. Is right. See, I had the last four numbers incorrect, so I went back and I corrected it. All right, see, that's how easy it is to log on to the server. When it says successful, that means Dreamweaver knows that this is the right information you have put in, and it's ready for you to start saving your files. So you click Save, and then you click Save once again, You'll often, if you've saved previous websites and named root folders, you'll get this message right here. But you can say proceed anyway because it usually doesn't do anything. It's harmless. So just click OK. And then it's going to upload any files that I have on here. Uploading the site cache. I'm not too worried about this. I'm just going to click done. Okay. So now, most importantly, you need to start deciding where your files are, and you're going to have to put them onto your server. Okay. The file window, you can get it from here. You can go to Windows and then Files. Right? Usually that's how you get your file folder if you don't see it. Okay? So I have my Batman folder here, and then I have my Batman, I have my desktop. Everything on the right side is what's on my computer. Okay? And when I want to log into the server, you see I can click on Connect to Remote Server right here. Okay, so I have all my files here in a folder called Batman. All right. Okay, so anything I want onto the server has to go from here to here. So say, and it has to be in the HTML format. So we use the put command to put the files from here onto the server. Okay, so right now I'm going to look for my index file. So I have my index file here, and I want to put it over here. So I click Put. Good. Now, if you don't designate a folder by choosing a folder, then it won't put it there. Okay, so if I designate a folder and I use the put command, watch what happens. It comes here. All right, it didn't go in here. All right, so what I have to do is I have to drag it into Lab 1. And it says yes. Do you want to drag it into Lab 1? I say yes. Any of these folders could be renamed. All you have to do is right-click on the folder, and then you go to Edit, and then you say Rename. You can call it whatever you want, but you have total control over your server here. All right? So now, once you've done that, and say you want to send me the URL, you can delete what you don't like by right-clicking and saying Edit, and then choosing Delete as well. So that's what I'm doing here. Now, the user, my file is up on the server in the Potomac server. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type on my web page bcts-potomac.aacc.edu / I'm going to type in the first part of my username, CSI class, and 2. That should be the same for everyone. Now, since I am 03, my username is 03, I'm going to type /03 / lab, capital L. It's user-friendly when it comes to, HTML is user-friendly when it comes to uppercase and lowercase, but I'm going to type it like it was on the server. Okay, so lab 1, okay, 01 / make sure that it's right here, and it should be index.html. HTM maybe. All right, let's see if that works. Okay, that means we have something wrong. Make sure it's not HTML. I'll go back to Dreamweaver, make sure I have it right. Okay, I think I see what the problem is. I put 01. I don't think it's 01. Okay, now you see the mistake I made? I put 01 and I put an L at the end of HTML. HT. So you can you can name your pages HTM or HTML. In my instance, I cut it short. I call it HTM. So this here is the URL. Yours will change based on these numbers here, okay? And whatever lab folder you're using. So if I designated your username as 04, you would put 04 here, 204. So you have to put a slash because the slash represents folders. Okay, this is all she wrote. I think this should help you get started. If you have any questions, just email me and I will give you all the assistance you need. Have a great semester.